All right, ladies and gentlemen, looks like we have a somewhat of a rally on our hands, at least with the names that we like. We got Tesla with a gap up, going basically vertical after a little baby curl, looking spectacular. It's a guy on Twitter, Gary Black, really respected guy, says Tesla does like -2% on earnings. So we'll see what happens here. Earnings come Wednesday, I believe. Lots of front running happening after a shareholder meeting that was, it was a shareholder meeting. All right, let's take a look at BTC derivatives because BTC appears to be on the cusp of trying to break out. Got a Riot blockchain, oddly enough, not with a lot of momentum at the moment. While the momentum's gone to Tesla. Kind of makes a little bit of sense here. So actionable list, Moderna, Roku, Riot, LAC leading the charge today in a big, beautiful cup and handle pattern. So we broke out on, is that the breakout day? That is not the breakout day. So we got high volume prior to the breakout day. That's breakout volume. That is not breakout volume, but it's still pretty, actually, I guess it is. 5 million volume was 7.6. That's a 50% increase. So LAC going for it. How's that a 50% increase? But you look at the chart of the volume and it looks like it's a 20% increase. 5.5 would be 7.5, 7.75 would be 50%, and 7.6. That's really weird. Just an odd little chart. Anyway, so LAC looks like confirmation on a breakout. Getting going on a pretty big cup and handle pattern. That one's looking interesting. Net is, man, just non-stop is net. That's absolutely monstrous run from a low of 109 up to 173. Jeez. They're picking up what they like and leaving the rest on the floor is what it looks like. And they like net. So it's not bad. EVR, Evercore Partners, new highs. BYDDF, another cup and handle, attempting to break out. Hasn't quite done it yet. Moderna. And Roku can't get off the floor. It's trying a little bit. All right, AMD is getting off the floor. AMD looks good. Old Dominion Freight Lines, all-time high. Looks good. SIVB, new all-time high. Looks good. NVIDIA getting back above the 50-day on the daily time frame. So good signs. Market went back into an uptrend last Thursday on this day on the NASDAQ. That was a follow-through day. Just like Amazon, I had this trend line here. Played with it. Could probably adjust that a little bit. We're trying to break that too. So maybe Amazon's even gonna get going here. Maybe clap back at Elon Musk for his second place medal tweet. Elon, why do you gotta say such things? Funny though. But an interesting, nice little reversal there for Amazon. Still playing above the 50 and the 200. $10, $20. No, that's the 10. Ugh. Got a friend's funeral today. Yeah, that's interesting, I guess. But Amazon lifting through all the moving averages here is not bad. Good volume on Friday. Although, I don't think it was a quadruple witching. It was a quadruple witching Friday. October started on a Friday. So October 1st was the first Friday, then the 8th, then the 15th. So that was a quadruple witching Friday. But still heading in the right direction. All right, NASDAQ sitting towards all-time highs. Or the day's highs, getting close to it. Excuse me, definitely not all-time highs. Man, net. I cannot get over net. I knew this was a badass company, but damn. That's what I call block buying right there. It's exactly what I call block buying. Amazing. I don't know how much more legs it's got, but I mean, you've seen some of these names. Um, it's hard to have a chart like that just keep going, but Restoration Hardware, it didn't quite have the same virility to it, but it had a section here where it was pretty much up only. It's hard to jump in once it got pretty elevated. I can't think of any others that are that vertical. That is vertical. Someone's just eating positions in this fucking company. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 days of closing at the top of the range. That is nuts. That is someone's literally eating this. 11 days at the top of the range. Usually there's at least a couple of days. At least a couple of days that are like mid-range or lower range. That's the lowest you get on kind of that. Yeah, I think that day right there. That's bonkers. What's up, Ellie? Dude, net has 11 days closing at the top of the range. Isn't that crazy? I know. Should have bought net when I was like, oh, net down here. I was getting up a little bit. Boom, and it just freaking explodes. I should have bought a call down there. Market was pretty deep in the weeds at that time though. But damn, this is bonkers. Look at that. That's so much buying pressure. Just absolutely straight up. That's crazy. Tesla too. Tesla, LAC's up 8% now. LAC working its way out of that cup and handle, looks good. And Tesla up another 2%. Definitely front running earnings. We'll see how that ends up. I'm not sure about a scenario where Tesla necessarily sells off after earnings. I mean, we all know the story. But up another 2% today. Is up 3% on Friday. Volume is just popping above average every once in a while. Pop, 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 pop. Today, look at today's volume. Boom. Pretty big on the open. Not the biggest we've got, but big enough. 2 million shares. That's another 2 million share day right there. Not too much, getting up towards 2. So front running this one as well, net and Tesla. And LAC. There's a lot here actually poking in highs on the actionable list. Not sure if you just jumped in, Ellie, but we were looking at it earlier. It says there's people here. I don't know if there is or not. Told me there's 3 people here. And then 0. Then my user count never changed. And then you jumped in. I don't know what's going on. Evercore Partners, new highs. BYDDF maybe trying to go for a breakout. And NVIDIA looking a little better. NVIDIA not too bad. I don't have net FOMO. I have net whoa mo. Whoa, net. Just form a flag, man. Something. They won't though. It's just non-stop buying pressure. Absolutely crazy. You know, I knew this thing was going to have a great run sometime. I didn't think it'd be like on on the heels of this particular small correction. There's just something about the, I mean, like, look at this chart. Take that out of the mix. Like, oh, I guess I can't go back any further. But if you take this out of the mix, like, look at that chart. What? Nothing about that says weakness. Nothing about that says anything other than they're just eating this thing alive. You got a bunch below 60 though. That's where the volume kind of started to taper off. Most of the big buys. And volume's pretty consistent here, but it's not very elevated. Declining volume in this area. I'm not sure what kind of, I don't remember a chart quite like this. It's a very interesting one. I'd be interested to see if there were any correlations with any other charts, but man, that is, I flabbergasted by the move. Well, Tesla even had that kind of a move. Probably early on, huh? Maybe right in this area. Yeah, that had a couple of down days. Definitely not as exhaustive as net, though. That net chart is. There's a couple of red days. Not 11 straight up days, though. That's a good run. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That one had 11 up days. They weren't all as positive as nets, but I was on that run up to 9. And then it just gets, yeah, not even Tesla. Maybe an early Nvidia or something. LAC killing it this morning. Oh, I had to restart the laptop? Oh, I thought you didn't have to restart Macs. They were perfect. Thought they were perfect, Ellie. I was gonna get me the Tim Cook COVID shot, but I wasn't. I didn't have a Mac. What'd you miss? Oh, it's just my usual ramblings. Pretty good stuff, I thought. It's just the upside on net was just absolutely ridiculous, and looked for it in Tesla, couldn't find it in Tesla. Actually, LAC's got some pretty straight vertical action here. This one may be a close approximation. Not too bad. Small consolidation, nice pop up, and then leads to, and they can't go straight up forever. But LAC having some really good action today. That's Roku now. Tesla just jumped them. Tesla getting close to that 900 level, man. Getting real close. On the, I don't know. You think so I've got these targets on Tesla for, I'm thinking 2100 by 2022. Or I'm sorry, 2023, right? 1, 2. Oh yeah, here's 2023. So if it hugs the trend line, you're at 1400. If it extends out, it's a good possibility that it really rallies hard. I don't know, maybe it's too much. $150% in 18 months. Little under 18 months now. That seems reasonable. 150% for a market cap of 700 would be, I don't want to do math this morning, be $1 billion. No, it's more than that. 2.5. 1.75 billion. So it'd still be under Apple market cap. Not sure if that's realistic or not, but yeah. All right, blockchain, Bitcoin still looking good. Derivatives Right blockchain probably is one of the more. I've got. Where is it up here? I thought I added it here. MicroStrategy. Yeah, trillion. I thought I added MicroStrategy here. It's MSTR. Okay, there we go. So Riot Blockchain still leading the derivative there. SI, do I have SI on here? I don't. SI with a nice bull flag right in front of earnings. SI's got to be on this list too. Um, yeah. Yeah, it is close to all-time high. Are you lagging behind, Ellie? Unless you're just chatting away, ignoring what I'm saying, which is fully possible. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's getting there. I don't know if we'll blow right through it or not. I mean, it seems a little early for me for it to go, but, you know, you haven't slept a lot today? Oh, I'm sorry. You're lagging in real life. Sorry about that. Try to take a nap today if you can. Well, it makes you feel any better. I have a friend's funeral today, so I got to go do that. I think I'm gonna do the newsletter, but cancel the power hour so I can get ready. I have a tendency to squeeze my schedule packed, but yeah, you gotta change that a little bit. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, he had some issues, so uh, they probably all conspired against him and medical issues. I mean, not like conspiratorial issues, but all right. Tesla stalling a little bit. These uh, these BTC derivatives aren't acting. I don't think they're acting that great. I don't know. We're kind of looking at this is such a weird chart. The Riot blockchain. I think I don't even master. Wherever you are, there you are. Even this, I mean, right now Bitcoin's at 61.8. So is this the high, about 825 maybe on MSTR? Is this just an expansion up to the 1300 level? It's really going to screw up options prices. But right, blockchain in a similar situation, very much an expansion up here, but I mean, we're not really seeing a lot of action down here. We're still below very long-term moving averages while BTC itself holds up in highs. Not quite sure how to read that particular one. This doesn't have a ton of history, but I guess the question is when did we last, talk about? Yeah, we're not gonna get those cheap option prices like we were looking at down here. Jeez, look at that. Yeah, I had a cup and handle down there too. I don't know if we have such luck this time around, whether if we have a major pattern or not. There's a semblance of a cup and handle right here. Failed, but it doesn't have to fully be over, you know what I mean? Good volume on Friday. Of course, that was. Oh, wow, that was all over the place. Yeah, it definitely was a little bit all over the place. Hey, what's up, JV? Let's check out Global Watch. Just haven't looked at this yet. LAC leading over here too, up almost 9%. Lithium company is on fire. Next, CDW, two oil companies up here towards the top. Cactus, another oil company. Warrior Coal, if I'm not mistaken. All-time high, they're at 29.45 on the weekly chart, getting pretty close. Net is amazing. Cyber all-time high. Oh, wow, this isn't on our list. Wow, it just broke an actual small double bottom base right here. Oh, I missed that one, huh? Already up 9%. Probably a little too elevated to buy. Good volume, though. Definitely above average. That's not too bad. Cyber's in a good spot. Trade desk lagging a little bit. Fortinet also all-time highs. That's a great spot. Restoration Hardware pretty tight, getting support of the 200-day moving average. Doesn't spend much time at the 200-day. It's a pretty rare occurrence. Let's see, 3D Systems. And Tesla just curling straight up into highs. Look at the volume drift off on the daily. It gets so small you can't even tell. You're up in the dozens, and then a couple of things, you have a couple 100 million shares traded. And nowadays you're only getting like a dozen. If you're lucky, maybe two. Every once in a while. It's bonkers. Twitter, actually fairly stable. 15 200-day moving averages coming together. That could lead to something. You never know. NASDAQ just flipped positive on the futures. That's pretty good. Poly, Roku, Snow. Getting over IPO breakout point. Not one I've got on my radar specifically, but looking good. Evercore Partners, that is looking good. Look at that move up. Is this 11 days in a row? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 12 or 13 days. A couple of these close in the bottom part of the range. That's about it, though. That's the closest I think we've seen so far, but still don't have the breadth of the candles that Net does. All right, NAO is definitely flattened out here, guys. Look at that. If there's ever like a low risk entry point for NIO, you're looking at it. NIO not looking that bad. Don't know when it's going to pay off for you, but unable to go lower, popping up, actually breaching the 50-day moving average. Couple of pocket pivots in here. And Net is not in a bad spot. Still some resistance to go, but it's definitely in a low area. While Tesla is damn near all-time highs. All in NIO? I don't know. I like Tesla over NIO personally, but who knows what that means. Looks good though. Yeah, that's probably one of the reasons why NIO is still down here. You look at other companies like Alibaba, I'm not sure. Last time we looked at it, it looked like it was trying to put a bottom in. Yeah, it still looks like it's trying to put a bottom in. Some decent volume down here on Alibaba. I mean, this is a huge company. Look at that flag. That's a good flag on Alibaba. So I think maybe they're getting a little more risk on when it comes to China. But they were risk off for a long time. And Alibaba, look at the weekly chart from 319 is down. Was down over 50% for a little bit there. But low volume in the lows, good volume on the comeback, little flag here. This, I think, has a little bit of potential. There's a looser flag right there. This one's pretty tight. I hope that one works out. But Alibaba, I mean, that could be a potential long-term winner. It's hard, obviously hard to say exactly how those things are going to play out, but like this is just really, really deep for just a huge stock. NetEase this is actually that's the wrong net. And TES, this is a Chinese company. There you go. Beaten down a little bit. Good volume recently. Unable to go lower. Look at all this volume down here. So a couple of high volume candles here. Moved lower from the 80. Yeah, not bad. Another nice flag here on NetEase. NetEase, Baidu, all these used to be part of the Chinese sector. That's pretty encouraging. NetEase with a bull flag, Baidu with a bull flag. What's another one? 58? No. 50, yeah, Wooba, 58.com. There you go. How are you doing? Wow, that is flat. Okay, they got delisted. So, never mind. Then NIL. What are some of the other Chinese electric car names? I think I have it in an EV list. Oh, whatever that one is. LTHM. That looks good. Wow, Hylian. New lows. Jeez. Look at that. This bastard undercut the low here at $10. That's crazy. ALB, WWR, PLL. Tesla going for high day. XPEV, that's what I was thinking about. XPEV. I'm not sure if they look better than NIO or not. It's interesting. Oh, there you go. There's XPEV. SQM, Solo Cup, FUV, another Chinese one. Nikola, where it should be. And most of these all down where they should be. I should add 4 to this list. And what's the Volkswagen Group? VLKF. I saw an interesting article last night. Elon Musk spoke at a Volkswagen board meeting and told them what to do to be successful. Whether they'll listen or not is a whole different issue. But I thought that was an interesting development. Surprised Volkswagen's not popping on that news. I guess it popped enough during 2020 though. Look at that. Wonder where all your inflation money went? The stock market. Jeez. All right, I'm gonna leave in about 5 or 6 minutes. I'm gonna leave a little bit early today. Got to get the kids ready for school. Crashing other car manufacturers' parties. Now, actually, he was invited, and it was kind of a closed door thing. I don't know if there's a recording of it or not. Maybe somebody recorded it. I think there was like 200 people in that meeting or something like that. It's crazy. But yeah, they invited Elon to speak. He's like, yeah, sure. Elon's too nice of a guy. Too nice of a guy. All right, LAC leading. Riot blockchain now trying to get frisky. Let's look at a Riot trade. The cycle looks like BTC is headed up and headed to about 150,000, give or take. I'm not sure what that would mean for Riot blockchain though, because again, these numbers are difficult to come up with a specific target. But even just getting back to 80, maybe by the end of the year, it's 1,000% gain on some right strike price, up to 2,000%, depending how aggressive you want to get. And that's just at getting to 80, where I can get pretty overheated. Still leading in percentages, so I don't know. I can't count against Riot Blockchain here. So this goes out to December 17th, which is the day that Bitcoin usually tops historically. It's just in the charts. Wonder if it'll run past that. That's going to be interesting. So you're looking at, yeah, maybe selling or buying a. Yeah, you can't do that. Hi, Jamesy Poo. You and Ethan already? Your hair looks very nice. Did you use gel? Did you do a good job? I don't know if I have much water today, bud.
Just at the time.
At the time? Yeah, 7:15. Yeah, so you can buy anything out of the money on Riot Blockchain for December and get over 800 or 920% if it goes back to 80. If it goes back to 80. You can go to January if you want to and get up to anything out of the money 706%. So, I mean that could be a good one right there. It just has to get going. Bitcoin's got to get going in those highs though. There's BTC. Just had a little pop down. Another move right back up immediately. But you have to argue that if, I mean, the question is, can it do it? Like, what's the time frame it can do it? So we got this we can extend out. January 2020. Oh, that's the whole year. Wow. That's aggressive. Oh, you know what? I actually got, yeah, this chart. You seen this chart, Ellie? That's a curve up there by December 17th, if that does it. It also lines up with the logarithmic growth curve. You haven't seen this one? So this is one that I had, I've had this for a while actually, kind of since we put this top in right here, and we started this little base. So there's a lot going on here. Let me kind of show you. Let me take off the log growth curves. They're distracting. Okay. So the orange boxes, Bitcoin has changed cycles, in my opinion, since this green line. Have you seen this chart? So we, instead of, the major parabola like we had in 2017, just one major parabola, this has been running up in stages of parabolas. Here's a mini parabola, and then we base for 50%. Now, if you take COVID out of the way, you have this very long sideways consolidation. And then what did we do after the sideways consolidation? We had another curve up, another parabolic curve up, another 50% decline. And we were looking for sideways action, which we got. Now we're looking for the breakout, another smaller parabolic move. Now this is only 150%, but if you see here, this one was, I have log monthly on BTC, projections 150 to 250 within the next 12 months. Okay, so yeah, this is what I've got here. We'll just work through this real quick. 315% was this parabolic run. Now this one I didn't take this from the bottom. I guess I could have taken this from here, but this one's 531%. From the bottom, this would be 299, which I don't have that. So here this bottom, so that's 299. This is 150. But if it goes on this parabolic run, I think it will, and that matches. So what we're looking at is this last run to the top, and we may be done for this overall cycle. So in 2017, we just walked up the bottom. Prior to 2017, we walked up the bottom and went straight from the bottom to the top. A couple of small bases, right? This time it was different. We had these large bases, and then we move up towards the top of the growth curve right here. And then maybe we come back down and test, whatever. Maybe it comes down to 50,000 or whatever, right? So anyway, this is just that cycle repeating itself, as we try to break all-time. Because once we break all-time highs, we seem to go on the run. We go on the run. So boom, we go on the run. Maybe we have, one large consolidate. This one didn't have any major consolidations. It had a couple of larger consolidations, but nothing, here at 40,000. You didn't have a major base at 40,000. So maybe we get that. Maybe we don't. Maybe we get to 150. Maybe we don't. But we may be in the middle, the start of this next leg up. And if that's the case, if you're looking at 150,000 BTC, you're doubling the prior high from there. So I'm wondering what Riot's going to do. Their prediction, next run will be the biggest. 250 being minimum for the run. Huh. If you have any information, send it my way. We'll take a look at it. Maybe we'll do something about it tomorrow. I think these are good conversations to have about what potentially could be. I mean, if you go even back to here, if you go from like this move right here, that's 250%. We've had bigger, I mean, keep in mind, this move off the low was 315%. This was 500%. So I think I'm being fair when I'm just going to the top of the logarithmic growth curve. I'm not going past it. If you're looking at 250K, you're looking at January 2023. So we go, if that's the cycle, then we go into then we have another large base at some point is I think what would happen. But Bitcoin is on these parabolas. So I don't know. It's done this case before. I'm not saying it's likely, but it's definitely a suspect. I'm kind of planning for that type of a move. Quicker 150. I don't know about a longer 250. So I've got this over here. This one's at 180, 175. If it takes a little bit longer, because the longer it takes, the higher it goes. I think that's kind of the general rule of thumb. And so far, the log growth curve has done pretty good at picking tops. So just pick your time frame for the most part. All right, I got to bounce, guys. Have a great day. I'll see you, Ellie. Bye.